Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another fabulous Friday Rambling. I'm your host. I'm the Rambler, the Friday Delight. I am David the Bardic one. I'm the Master of Roulette Productions. And I'm here to discuss all of your favorite movie that you don't really think about as being an awesome movie, even though it totally is, and that is Airheads. Woo! Airheads is one of those movies that I like to call a low-brain, chill-out movie. Doesn't require a lot of thinking to keep track of the plot. It's not super intelligent, witty, pun-based humor, but it is freaking hilarious in places because it's the kind of jokes based around, hey, people are goofy, and these are the kind of situations we can all find ourselves in if we just make a couple poor decisions. But let's get down to the nitty-gritties of what the movie is technically, and then we'll discuss what the movie does that is so awesome. Airheads is a 1994 American comedy film written by Rich Wilkes, directed by Michael Lehman, and starring Brendan Fraser, Steve Buscemi, Adam Sandler, Chris Farley, Ernie Hudson, Michael McKean, Judd Nelson, Michael Richards, Joe Mantegna. Oh, and also featuring cameos by Lemmy Kilmister, White Zombie, Mike Judge, the band Galactic Cowboys, appearing in the film under the name The Sons of Thunder, Kurt Loder, Rob Zombie, David Arquette, and our buddy, the late, great Harold Ramis. Yep, there are cameos all over the place, besides a great core cast. Basic plot of the movie is that your trio of Brendan, Adam, and Steve are a rock band trying to get their big break. After one too many failures, they decide to go a little bit cuckoo and break into the local rock radio station and force them to play their demo on the air because the local record exec won't take their demo and listen to it, and they just want an opportunity. Unfortunately, things rapidly get out of control, mostly to their use of highly realistic early 90s water guns, and it turns into a massive hostage situation, and the story kicks into high gear. At its core, Airheads is a tale of guys who just want to do what's right, which is have a fair opportunity to be everything they can be while still being true to themselves, but also addresses a few very real concerns about growing up, personal responsibility, and most importantly, being true to yourself. Most of this character growth is done by Brendan Fraser as the main character, Chaz Darby, who is the lead guitarist and lead vocalist of the Lone Rangers. Yep, that's what they call their band, the Lone Rangers, plural. As he is the one who keeps pushing his two buddies, Rex and Pip, to keep believing in the dream, and thus has to take most of the heat for when everything goes wrong. Other major characters in here is Emmylou Cain as Kayla, Chaz's ex-girlfriend, Ernie Hudson as Sergeant O'Malley, the head of a SWAT team, Chris Farley as Officer Wilson, a police officer involved in dealing with a hostage crisis, in a wonderful supporting role by the late great Chris Farley. Michael McKean plays Milo Jackson, the sleazy, double-dealing secretive station manager of KPPX, whose business dealings that he's keeping from everybody, including the radio staff, help catapult the situation into what may turn into a citywide party as the hostage situation turns into something that every rock-loving youth in the city turns out supporting the Lone Rangers in their cause, if not their actual music. Judd Nelson is Jimmy Wing, the self-serving record executive who refuses to give the Lone Rangers a chance until they create their own PR. Joe Mantegna is Ian the Shark, the head DJ of KPPX, who himself, being an experienced man of the music world as a long-serving DJ, turns into a bit of a mentor for Brendan Fraser's character as Chaz finds himself getting in over his head and realizing just how complicated it can be to be in front of a big audience, and more importantly, live to the greater world through the radio. So what makes this movie so brilliant? Well, everybody's perfectly cast. Brendan Fraser as the rocker with the heart of gold who personifies the term YOLO well before anybody ever quoted it. Steve Buscemi as the short-tempered, belligerent, crude backup who's always more than happy to raise hell, but definitely never thinks about the consequences. And Adam Sandler is the brain-dead drummer whose simple childhood innocence in a lot of situations serves as both a unintended mischief maker and the voice of reason when it comes to doing what's right and wrong. Not to mention a bit of a accidental ladies' man. As well, as I said, you have Joe Mantegna as the DJ, whose long-standing experience in the radio and music business has given him the ability to deal with a few things, no matter how crazy the situation gets. Not to mention, Michael McKean is the perfect sleazy, secretive station manager who's always looking out for himself and his own profit line. Ernie Hudson, hey, he's a great actor, and I'm not going to let these guys have their way and tramp all over the law, but I'm also going to be sympathetic to their cause because, hey, I get it. You just want a chance to do what you love and be paid for it. Bounces beautifully against Chris Farley's character as the inexperienced cop who is desperate to prove himself to his superior, but really has to learn the most important lesson of all himself. You can go by the book. You should go by the book up until the point where the situation becomes something the book never addresses, in which case you improv as best as you can, trusting your own instincts as a cop. And that's one of the things that, especially in today's culture, the movie does really nice. The police are not inherently bad people. Well, not all of them. There's the one guy who's kind of a jerk, but that's not Ernie Hudson. Ernie Hudson wants everything to end good for everybody. Chris Farley, he's just trying to make a living and be a halfway decent cop. He wants to help people out. He believes in, serving the people. He's just not always 100% sure the best way to do it yet. But we all are when we're new to a job. Also, you do get that contrast. The local rock radio station is initially portrayed as a place of holy ground for these struggling local musicians. Oh, they'll understand me. They get it. They're rock. Well, but the station manager definitely isn't rock. He's just cold hard cash. And even the DJ, hey, he believes in rock music as a concept, but that doesn't mean he sympathizes with people holding a gun to his head. And like any experienced guy, he's got just a touch of that jaded bitterness to him. He's going to put you in your place if you act like an idiot, even if you are holding a gun to his head. Every single one of these characters are very real characters, people we have all met and interacted with in our lives, which makes the movie very relatable. You're going to know one of these characters, and you're going to believe that they would act like they would in this movie. But all things said, the best part of it is, as I said, every character is wonderfully cast. These are actors that can deal with this kind of character and dive headlong into it. The script isn't the greatest in the world, the movie didn't win any Academy Awards, but everybody gave 120% in this movie. No matter how much chaos came about, you could always rely on the actors and actresses, be fair, I'm trying to be gender neutral, but, I want to make that clear. Actors and actresses, all the people involved in the on-camera shenanigans, good times, they all made sure to do their part beautifully. So when the jokes do come and the punchlines are delivered, no matter what you just saw, you catch that punchline and you appreciate it. Still, as I said, the best part is the cameos. Let me kill Mister. I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. There's a point later on where Chaz speaks to the crowd, and it's revealed that he wasn't always the super cool, wise, calm, collected, ultimate rock leader band guy he is today. He used to be Chester. The audience backs him up, reminding him that, hey, we were all dorks at some point in our life, leading to the brilliant cameo line of Lemmy as he separates from the crowd and declares, "I was editor of the school magazine!" Come on, newspaper club, dork! But he's Lemmy, which makes the line brilliant. Because we all know Lemmy is effing metal. For all eternity, even if he is no longer with us mere mortals. And that's what this movie is all about at its core. It is a brilliant movie that addresses very still relevant in this timeline topics of living your dreams and the fact you have to go above and beyond what you thought you could do to achieve those dreams. The Lone Rangers, they never sat there when they were playing music. Heck, even when they woke up that morning and thought about going to the radio station, they never said, hey, let's take a whole bunch of hostages, let's go live on the radio with our demands. We'll get like every rocker in the city to come out and throw this massive parking lot party brawl that freaks out the SWAT team. And we're going to be negotiating with record executives and addressing very real concerns about, do we even really want to be rich and famous, or is it just the fact that we love playing this music so much we can't imagine doing anything else with our lives, even if it's something you do 30, 40 hours a week just to pay the rent. But that's the way the situation panned out. That's the way it works. That is reality. As silly and goofy as the movie is, and as brilliantly funny as the movie is, as a comedy, it never strays too far from that base reality that this was a situation that sounded very sane and rational at one point early in the day that rapidly went at it control, and everybody's just trying to keep their head above water. Still, This is a highly recommended movie. Look at that cover again. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the back there. Look at all that awesomeness. This is one of those movies, I bought it on DVD because I wanted to know that at any given point in time, when I needed to pick me up, I could watch that movie. I could toss it in because that's the kind of movie it is. It's not the movie you call a bunch of your friends around and you plan a massive viewing party over because, oh my god, this movie's going to change your life, man. This is the movie you sit there and you recommend to your buddy when it's like, dude, seriously, you've never seen Airheads? I'm telling you, man. You get off work tomorrow night, you sit there, grab a beer, man. You know, or whatever your drink preference is. Get you some snacks. Just chill out to the movie, man. You'll laugh. You'll feel better about your day. These are the kind of comedies that, frankly, I think more people should focus on making. Not movies that are epically funny. The funniest thing ever, bro. Not movies that sit there and try to change your world. Like, these are my favorite kind of movies. The small, cool movies that everybody gives their all to make, but at the end of the day, it's just a fun chill out movie, man. It's just, you know, you just rock out to it. And you don't want to think. Sure, movies can inspire. Sure, movies can change the way you look at the world, and there's nothing wrong with those kind of stories. But you can't have just those kind of stories. You need the turn your brain off movies. And you can make a turn your brain off movie really, really poorly. I'm not going to name those because we are a channel of positivity. Positive thoughts, positive vibes. We're gonna feel the love, man. We're not gonna talk about poorly made movies today. We're talking about brilliantly made movies, and that's the point. Airheads finds that balance. Great humor, great story with characters you want to root for. And when it's all said and done, no matter what kind of day you're having, when you finish watching that movie, you're going to be like, all's good with the world. All's good, man. So, to Airheads, we salute you. We cannot recommend you enough. When you're done, you know what? Go on your social media and tell everybody involved in that movie how much you loved it. Because frankly, hey, I don't care how rich and famous you may have become since then. We all need to hear that. Dude, remember that movie Airheads you did way back in the 90s? I just watched that movie, man. That thing's cool. Great job. You're brilliant in it. Who doesn't want to hear that? You know? You got social media, celebrities of social media. Go. Give them praise. Tell them it's all good. And then when you're done, you know what you're going to do? You're going to come back to this channel in 7 days and watch another rambling. Because we are a helpful, happy little chunk of breaking down entertainment and remembering that entertainment's all supposed to be about feeling good. Come on back. We're here every Friday to ramble. We got other videos, another series, other days of the week. So if you haven't already, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Hell, give this video a like or a comment. I don't live and die by the YouTube algorithm, but I will say if you want to pander to it, I'm not going to stop you. Because I want as many people as possible to know 2022 is just getting started. And we are here in 2022 to tell you we're going to be here for you every week at the end of a long week We're going to make you feel good and remind you there's some cool entertainment out there. And you know what? I'm telling you what it's all about, so you can turn your brain off and chill. It all comes around. It's all a circle. You start here, you end here, because it's a circle. Rock on, Airheads! Rock on. We are all the Lone Rangers now.